welcome back. Today I will be talking about functions, and for that purpose I've jumped to Kotlin Playground, which is an online tool for Kotlin, and you can just kind of a compiler for you where you can actually try to code and test your code, how it works. So we'll be looking into that. Today the major focus will be on function. A function is basically a unit which helps in executing some stuff. Let's say over here you can see this function main. It's also a function. So basically there are some important things for functions before we jump into functions. When you are trying to declare the function, there are some important things. There is this keyword for Kotlin that you need to do, which is fun, and then the name of the function. It can be like maybe print hello. This is the name. You can name it whatever you want. Then you have this brackets, and then inside this bracket you can maybe get parameters. So let's say you have a number named as int as a parameter. You can have multiple, maybe a string as a parameter as well. So this is what you have, and then the last thing is that return type. If your function have a return type, you need to specify that return type. Let's say it return a string. Let's say if it's not a string, if it doesn't return anything, you can just remove this thing and then start a curly brackets. So basically these are some important things. So right now in this function you have a func, which is a keyword, then this is a name, these are the parameters. It can be multiple, it can be as much as you want, or it can be none, so you can just get rid of this. So basically it's also this. So it's a no parameter and also a multiple parameter function it can be. And then you can define a return type, so what it will be returning to the calling section. So right now we have this one, and for now we'll just get rid of this one, these thing, and just try with the very basic function which has this func keyword and this name. It doesn't have any return type, so it's not returning anything to you. Now what we are going to do is when this function is called, we'll be actually printing the hello world. So basically we are just taking it out from there, and you're printing it in this side. And from over here, when you are actually calling a function, you can just type the name of the function like this. Now, once you do that, you're ready to go. And now let's just try to run the code, and you can see that this hello world is being printed. So that is the one thing, that is a very simple function that we did. Now let's just do some more complex work and try to understand the function in a more let's say we have this scenario where we are feeding a fish, and we are going to select a random day out of a list, and then print something related, like today is this day, and you need to the fish eat some food. So let's say we have a function which is named as feed the fish, and this function is supposed to do is, it has a day, it can be maybe a Monday, then it has another variable which is food, it can be maybe pellets, and then in the last it is going to println is today is. And if you remember, we used this dollar sign operator with in our one of our previous video. So basically this is what we have, and then we are going to use food. So we have this thing. Let's just try to run it and see if it works. So I'll just try to run this, and you can say it says today is the Monday, and we need to the fish need to do some pallets. So that's something we have. And now rather than having a static word, what we want to do is we want to get a random day over here, like it can be Monday, Tuesday, or anything we have. So what we are going to do is we will create another function, get random day, and then we'll be returning a string out of it. So now you can also see that normal this function has just a normal function with no parameter, and this also returns something. So basically we'll try to understand how this thing works. So let's say we have a week, and which is an array of, we have already discussed this, and we'll be using Monday, then Tuesday, and then we have Wednesday, and the last one is Sunday. So we got this list. The next thing we'll be doing is trying to fetch a random week out of it. So for that, we can do is we can create a random number which can be used using this random dot next int, and we are supposed to specify the size into this. So you can just add a size over here, or we can just directly specify a number over here. It's better to use the size. So basically, let's say if somebody remove this Thursday out of it, the size will automatically reduce, and you don't have to change the static number. So we got this size, and now we'll be returning. So basically return week of random. So now it will just return a random index. It will just create a random index, like let's say from 0 to the size, and then the week will be actually this sorry from this list. We'll just get that based on the index which is randomly created. Now over here we are using a Monday. We'll get the get random day, and now this will try to run this code and see what happens. Like for the first time, if I run, it says random. So I guess we need to import random over here. Basically, yeah, this is the one. So now you can say it says today is Tuesday and the fish eats pellets. Let's try again. Try to see if something changed. Now the random goes to Thursday again, and the next time it should be something else. So it's just a random number. And what the important thing to understand over here is that we actually created two different functions. One is a just simple function with no return type, and the second thing is just a function with a return type. So let's say we want to do some stuff with the food, like right now we just have a very static food. Now what we do is that once we pass some specific day into this to a function, and based on that day we should like change the food. So what should we do is that we can create a function which is this, and then we can say get fish food, and now based on the day we want to specify the food type. So we'll just add a parameter day. So basically this day will be added to this function, and once based on that day we'll be returning the food. Now we got this thing, and we will be just using if you remember, we can create we can use the food wall, and then which is equals to when, and we'll pass this day. This is just a sorry, this is just switch statement, and now we'll be using Monday, and for Monday it should be flex. Okay, so we got this function ready, which basically based on the day return a food. And now just what we need to do is, so basically if it's other than Sunday, we can just return this. Now over here we'll be just getting fish food from the function, and we'll pass the day which is being executed. Now if you run this, you see that today is Friday and the fish ate mosquitoes. Now, if you try to run it again, you can see that today is Wednesday and the fish is going to eat worms. So this is how we can use the function. I guess that's pretty much it for this one.